All right, ladies and gentlemen, before the wrestlers make their way to the ring, let me introduce the referee for this bout. He is known as the trainer of champions. He has trained Rick Steiner. He's trained Bob Backlund. He's trained Demolition. And of course, our own governor, Jesse the Body Ventura. He is Eddie Sharkey. Ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first of all, out of Bloomington, Minnesota, weighing in at 234 pounds, one of the most famous wrestlers ever to appear here in the Twin Cities area, the Sodbuster, Kenny J. And ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, weighing in tonight at 229 pounds, out of the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, he claims to be the world's greatest proctologist. He is the good doctor, Darin Davis.
I look around the arena, I see a lot of people, a lot of faces I recognize. A lot of people down to my clinic last week. And just so you don't have to come in for a follow-up visit, raise your hand if it still burns when you pee.
Oh, get him out of here.
Couple over there. And of course, I can't think of anyone else that is in need of an exam more than the man in the ring here, Kenny J.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Well, wrestling fans, we're set to go. We are back at the Civic Center in Buffalo, Minnesota. And a blending, as we say, of the veterans and the relative newcomers to this sport. The proctologist himself, Dr. Darin Davis, one of the most bizarre individuals you will ever want to meet in or out of a clinic. And
I don't want to meet him.
Well, you're better off meeting him outside the clinic, to be honest with you. Doing battle with a legend in this sport, about 40 years worth of professional wrestling under the belt of the Sodbuster Kenny J. Chris Dady, we are joined by another legend in this town. You kidding me? You know what? They told me tonight, they said when you walk into the building, one of your broadcast colleagues is going to be of worldwide fame and recognition. I'm looking around for Larry Zbyszko.
I'm over.
It's all over. I'm looking around perhaps for Tony Schiavone, Gordon Soley. I'll be damned. Grizzly Stevens, welcome to ringside.
It's a pleasure, Mick, and I'm just enjoying the night here in Buffalo, watching the newcomers to the professional wrestling business. I'm watching the legends of the professional wrestling, and I'm just having a great time.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and in the ring right now, Chris and Grizz, we're taking a look at Kenny J. Now, you know, over the years, both of you are aware that Kenny's one-loss record, unfortunately, very top-heavy to the loss side. But I tell you what, you go through that list with a fine-tooth comb. I'm talking about the victories. Adrian Adonis is in there. Harley Race is in there. The Crusher. This man can beat anybody on any given night, but right now, the Procto. Oh, I'm not so sure the somersault was necessary there, Grizz.
I'll tell you what, with that somersault, he lost a ton of momentum. And I'll tell you what, about Kenny the Sodbuster J, this guy has seen more light fixtures than any other professional wrestler in history.
Grizz,
tell you.
come on, Grizz, for heaven's sakes, don't start with that. Oh, the good doctor over the top. Woo, yes. My God, very remindful of another guy that I've seen do that 18,000 times over the top. One thing about the doctor, he's original. Big knee lift.
You know, the Dr. Darin Davis, this guy just a couple of weeks ago at the main event in Fridley went toe-to-toe with Lenny Lane. Impressed me no end. I didn't think anybody could go toe-to-toe with Lenny Lane like that. Unfortunately,
well, I'm not sure. Lodi has been going toe-to-toe with him pretty well of late.
That's an entirely different story and one you can't show on TV, thankfully. There you see exactly what being in the ring with every single person who has ever wrestled has done for the Sodbuster Kenny J. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and this guy knows moves from everybody.
Kenny J has been in the ring with, as Chris said, virtually everybody in this business. It didn't matter how big they were, whether it was a Jerry Blackwell, Andre the Giant, right down to the Vern Gagnes, the Mad Dog Bashads. Even at 63 years old, Kenny J fears nobody, Grizz.
Well, that's true, and I got to give Kenny J credit where it's due. He's shown a lot of tenacity. A lot of guys his age would have given up the sport long ago, but he's still out there. He's still wrestling. He's still getting beat on, and he's still coming back for more. So I got to give him credit.
No question about it. And Dr. Darin Davis knows that even at this stage of Kenny's career, a victory over Kenny J, all of a sudden they're going to be talking about this guy on the internet. I'm talking about Darin Davis.
Absolutely. If Darin Davis can win tonight over a legend like the Sodbuster Kenny J, immediately that shoots him way up in the ranks of the French Lake Wrestling Association. And this guy wants to be a main eventer, but you're not going to do it with a headbutt on Kenny J.
Well, he did. He rammed Kenny with his head, and apparently Dr. Darin Davis got the worst of that. Physician, heal thyself, as the old expression goes. And I'm not so sure I want to see that kind of a physician healing himself.
I'll tell you what, they'd be tricky at best, and acrobatics are unbelievable on that. But I'll tell you what, with Kenny J, that's one of the reasons he's had such longevity in this sport is because of that hard head. You can't hit the man in the head and hurt him. You got to know that if you've ever watched the films.
Kenny J has been dropped on that head, more times than I've been dropped on mine, and that's saying something. Over the top, he's got him hooked. Count of one. Nope. Davis wants out. He's about had it here. He's very, very frustrated. Darin Davis probably giving up about 33 years to Kenny J. All that ring savvy. And the good doctor has been known to be very frustrated over the course of the last year. Started out as a great scientific wrestler, as you know, Chris. Somewhere along the line, attitude change.
And also, Mick, I understand. I called down to the Mayo Clinic. I went looking for Dr. Darin Davis. They said they've never heard of a Dr. Darin Davis. So this guy, you call him up, you say, doctor, good doctor. We'll be nice. If the guy's went to school for 8 years, we'll give him his props. Good doctor, I called the Mayo Clinic. They said they've never heard of you. What gives? He says, I use a pseudonym. I don't want my wrestling fans bothering me in the clinic.
Both of them. Dr. Darin Davis, of course, the man who said that 98% of professional wrestling fans are idiots. And I know you, Grizzly Stevens, over the years, you've had your own opinion about the wrestling public.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Wait a minute. There it is.
Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry to bother you there, Grizz. There it is, the infamous glove. Oh, no. Oh, it stinks in here. It absolutely. Oh, man.
Mick, is that?
No, I can't. He's not going. Kenny, I know they say, over the age of 50, but oh, wait a second. Kenny J. Hammering at the back of Dr. Oh, no. Oh. I'm not sure Kenny can afford that to happen.
What, get an exam?
Stop that. That's not what I mean. Oh, he's got that glove raised in the air, Grizz.
He's celebrating a little too soon, Mick.
Kenny J tosses him from over the top. In for the cover. Forget about it. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is the Sodbuster, Kenny J. Oh, wait a minute. Kenny's got the... Kenny J, talk about a foreign object. I'm not sure I want to know what foreign lands that object has seen. Dr. Darin Davis pulled out that infamous glove this time. It came back to haunt him. And get out of here. Get away from me. Get out. Get out of here. Dr. Darin Davis nauseating us here at ringside. Will you beat it? Get out. Stay with us, everybody. We're coming right back. Grizz, are you okay?
I don't know yet. Give me a minute.
Oh, man.